Well, hi again, everybody. Brendan Gulick with you from Baldwin Wallace with baseball head coach Brian Harrison, whose team for the second time in school history just won the regional this past weekend. The Yellow Jackets are headed to the Super Regionals this weekend up in Massachusetts. They are 2 wins away from playing in the Division III College World Series for the second time. I want to chat with Coach here for a couple minutes to get a feel for the team and what you accomplished this past weekend. I know you're proud of this group, and it's been a crazy year. Give me an idea of your emotions coming out of this past weekend, having accomplished something that cool.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for coming back on campus. You know, I think you only show up when good things happen, so we love seeing you around here.
Well, thankfully, you've done enough good things to make it work.
Yeah, I love it, man. Plus the glasses, I love you. Look, summer look, you look good, babe. What an awesome weekend. You work all season. We start obviously in late August, September, and for this moment, you know, to get here, and this is what it's all about. So juiced up for our players, juiced up for our administration, juiced up for all the people that are a part of our program that put in so much into what we do to help us, you know, do well, and just so excited.
Let's start offensively. I mean, baseball can be such a fickle game, and even like this upcoming weekend, you got to go try to find a way to win 2 out of 3. You never know what can happen, but for you guys to play offensively the way you did this past weekend, I know you've done it throughout the course of the year, but give me an idea how proud you are of the way, you know, guys approached the plate the right way. And came up with a lot of clutch hits.
Yeah, they sure did. You're only as good as your good players, and for us, I mean, obviously Alex Ledwick carried us at least in the championship game. 5th-year senior, man, who's done so much for our program. Luke Vonderhaar, you know, 18 home runs, incredible year. Drew Wilson, he was awesome this past weekend, another senior, and then Vinnie Capolupo as junior. So we're led by older guys who are really talented, and you know, they just seem to play their best baseball in the biggest moments, and that's really cool.
You found a way, and I know this was not even close to being on your radar, but you found a way to pick up your 300th coaching career victory here this past weekend. I'll give you a chance here to maybe reflect a little bit on what that means to you and what you've accomplished, not just this year, but during your career.
Yeah, I mean, really, moments like that just, you know, make you reflect again of all of our past coaches that we've had here that have made their mark, that have, you know, helped us recruit, develop guys, spent an incredible amount of time trying to help our guys get better. You know, and then former players. I don't know how many texts I got from former players, and you know, I just, you know, want to thank them for, you know, helping us put us in this position. So as I've said, you know, our former players and coaches have shaped the culture into what it is today. I think it's a good culture. I think it's you know, I think we're doing things at a pretty high level, and so really the number for me doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's a great time to reflect of the people that have shaped you know, our culture, and you know, as I said, you know, this year's staff, they're beasts, you know, with but especially Steve Hagan, and then, you know, Tommy D, you know, Hago's great, but Tommy D, you know, he's the GOAT, man. He makes us go, and we're all fortunate he's a part of our lives.
Let's talk a little bit, kind of wrapping up here with you about this upcoming weekend. You got a team you're going to play in Endicott who is coming off of right now a school record season for them. They've got more wins than they've ever had. They're coming off an emotional victory this past weekend. They win a regional at Cortland, which is a really tough place and team to play against. So they're coming in with some momentum as well. I know you're focused on you. You got to stick with your formula, but how do you get ready for a weekend like this from a scouting perspective?
Oh, it's a great question. They're good. I mean, they're good. Like you said, they went into Cortland and beat them in their house, and that doesn't happen very often. And Cortland's been, I don't know, 22 World Series or something, and for anybody to go into their park and beat them up a couple of times, and some of those scores got out of hand too. So they're really good. You know, we've watched a lot of video. Their hitters, I think, we're number 1 in the country in home runs, and they're number 2, or vice versa. I mean, they're as offensive as we are. Their pitching is solid as well. I think it's going to be a fun weekend. I think it's 2 evenly matched teams who like to swing the bat. So it should be a fun weekend.
Can't wait for it. Best of luck, and hope we got a lot more baseball to talk about the next few weeks.
Oh, man, I'd love to see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks. So Ryan Guggenheim joins us as we get ready to watch the Jackets go off to Massachusetts this weekend. And Ryan, obviously a fun weekend for you guys offensively, but it wasn't really out of the norm because you guys have done this all year long to put up offensively the numbers that you did last weekend. I know you had a couple of really big clutch hits. Give me an idea how you've kind of processed what you guys just accomplished.
I don't really think it has processed. It's just been something we've done all year. I mean, we've put ourselves in great positions to score runs. As Coach Harrison always says, we're a bunch of savages at the plate. So the way we prepare, the way we've worked in the offseason and how we prepare in the season, it's very simple for us. I mean, we're having so much fun that it's just as simple as if you throw it over this white thing, we're going to hit it. And if you're not, we're not going to swing. So, I mean, yeah, it was a great weekend for us, but it's something we've done all year, and we're hopefully going to continue to do it.
And I realize that this game can be so fickle, right? I mean, you can get on a hot stretch, or things can evaporate so quickly, and you can't control any of that. But when you're talking about having at least the right approach at the plate to put yourself in position to try and be successful, walk me through for you personally what your approach is when you go up to an at-bat, and what you're watching for when you see a pitcher, when you're on the on-deck circle, or even well before an at-bat.
Yeah, it all starts when really I'm in the hole. When I'm in the hole, I put on my batting gloves and it's kind of mouth shut. Let's get ready to go. Go on deck and I take a couple practice swings, know what I want to feel. And then when I get to the plate, it's really thinking's over, preparation's over, let's go. I know what a strike looks like out of the hand. Hopefully I have an idea of what he throws, what's going to come. So I know what it looks like out of the hand. Again, like I said, if it's over the white thing, I'm going to swing. If it's not, I'm not going to swing. But it's really simple. If I'm done thinking, I'm ready to go. Yes, yes, no. If it's there, I'm going to hit it.
This is obviously the pinnacle of what college athletics offers, right? The chance to play in the NCAA tournament. You guys won a regional. That's a big deal. Now you're going to the Supers after they've changed the format of the tournament, and you're 2 wins away from playing in the Division III College World Series. I want you to take me back to when you were in high school and when you were a little kid. You're a Northeast Ohio guy. If I'd have told you 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that you'd have had a chance to play in games this meaningful with guys that you clearly really love, what would you have thought if I'd have told you that a long time ago?
You're crazy. Baseball's always been a sport where it's just, like you said, up and down. Going back to Little League, I've always watched games. I was always that kid that watched games on TV and stood there and be like, I want to be in that moment. Then I got here and it kind of became a realization. Once they recruited me, I was like, this is a school with a winning culture. So I came here, I was like, that's the goal. We came into the season and I knew we had the team to do it. Obviously last weekend was special, winning that regional. Best part about it though is we're still writing the story and it's not over. Still got a lot more games to win. And going back to your question, what would I have told you? I would have said you're crazy, but we could do it.
I guess I want to wrap then thinking about the experience that now you have behind you with playing in the conference tournament and obviously performing well this past weekend. The super regionals aren't that much quote-unquote different. It's just sort of the next step. So what do you take from the couple of tournament experiences you've had these last couple weekends? What are you carrying with you that you hope will help you this weekend here?
Kind of just the experience, knowing that we've been in big games already. So, and all the big games are just regular baseball games. I mean, we're playing D3 teams. We're a D3 team. We're playing college players. We're college players. Like, there's nothing really different about this game versus a regular season game. I mean, an OAC game in the regular season's big too. So, I mean, yeah, it's big. We're in a super regional. We get a chance to play for the College World Series. But to me, you can't really go in and think about that. You just got to think once you step in between the lines, it's baseball. We've been doing it since we were 6 years old. It's all the same stuff.
I'll actually ask you one more thing because we're going to talk with Vinnie here in a second. What do you most enjoy about him as a teammate?
Everything. I mean, obviously we've seen what he's done on the field. I mean, that saying hitting's contagious, it's true. And with him at the top of the lineup and he gets things going with a hit or a walk, I mean, it makes the game so much easier for all of us. It builds confidence. Obviously he holds it down in center field. And then off the field, he's just fun to be around. He is a great kid. He's funny. He's nice. He's just an awesome teammate, awesome kid you want to be around.
Ryan Guggenheim, a terrific local product from Solon High School. He's had a heck of a bat this year. We're really looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Good luck.
Thank you.
Vinnie Capolupo joins us as we continue to preview here this upcoming weekend. Before we talk about Endicott and the series coming up, let's go back to this past weekend. Give me your major impressions, your takeaways from winning the regional here this week.
Oh, it's a blast. I mean, going into the weekend, that's all we thought about was game one starting there and then working our way through it. And to be able to go 3-0 on the weekend in a regional tournament, it's got to be something we got to be happy about with the amount of talent that was there.
I thought the OAC this year was a pretty strong league. It typically is. Obviously, Marietta's had a great year, and they're the number one team in the country right now. But Otterbein was still strong. Mount Union was still strong. It kind of felt to me like you guys were able to excel in that environment because you've kind of been in that environment for the last couple of months. How have you seen the OAC prepare you to be able to excel like that in an NCAA tournament?
Well, yeah, I think with what you just said there, I kind of agree with you. The OAC is a big powerhouse in my opinion, and kind of seeing the talent that each team has, it's almost like it brings out the best in us. Obviously, Marietta, like you said, is at the top year in, year out. Playing them every year just makes us better. I think the same thing with Otterbein and Mount Union. They had strong years as well, and just playing them a couple times during the regular season and then being able to finish out in the OACs, was a big gain for us.
I know you're not a local guy, but obviously this seems to be a good fit for you here as a student athlete. What has your experience been like as both a student and an athlete here, and how has it hopefully exceeded your expectations?
Well, I think just being from out of town or even out of state, everyone here, you kind of get along as family, whether it's in the classroom, small groups, everybody knows everybody. And then here on the field, like, we all consider each other brothers. It's one and the other, like, we're all the same, we're all there together. Like, there's nothing going on where everyone doesn't know what's going on about it. So
I did have a chance to ask Ryan a little bit about what he enjoys about you as a teammate. How about on the other side? What do you like about the way he plays and sort of the energy that he brings to the team?
He's a little guy, but he's 110% all the time. You look around and you see what he's doing out in the field, whether it's at the plate or in the field. Just all-out effort, nothing, no holding back.
No, he certainly, he and you have both come up with a whole bunch of clutch hits throughout the course of the season. You're 2 wins away from playing in a College World Series environment. I'm not sure if that, occurred to you as you were kind of going through your recruiting process and thinking about, hey, here are my goals. But you're on the doorstep of having a chance to compete in something that most guys don't get a chance to compete in. With that in mind, what do you take into this upcoming weekend, knowing what you're right on the precipice of?
Well, I think we just have to stick to the little things. This is, I think, in at least our minds here at BW, it's another game. You take it one game at a time. Obviously, it's a lot bigger than what we've been playing, but we still consider it to be another game and what we hope to be a continuing season.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck, and thanks for spending a little time with us.
Thank you.
All right, Vincent Capolupo wraps up our coverage here, previewing the upcoming Super Regionals as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets are regional champions for the second time in program history, and now are going to the Super Regionals for the first time because this is only the second year since the tournament was reformatted. So it's a best 2 out of 3 this weekend up in Massachusetts. The team will be up at Endicott, home of the Gulls. They are having the best season in their school history. They've won, I guess it would be 39 games now. They were 36-7 at the end of the regular season, and as we talked about a bit earlier, they were regional champions over at Cortland. Because they're the hosts, they've got the responsibilities for covering the games this weekend, so you can head either to bwyellowjackets.com or directly to Endicott's athletics website, and you can find links for live stats, live video, and audio broadcasts of the event. I'm Brendan Gulick, looking forward to seeing how the Jackets play this weekend, a couple wins away from potentially punching a ticket to Cedar Rapids. Good luck to the Yellow Jackets here on Friday and Saturday.